Chris Cuomo is about to get paid, son. This is incredible. Take a look. This is from the Daily Mail, but it's being reported in a number of different places. Chris Cuomo to get $9 million from CNN. Fired anchor will be paid half his contract to stop him filing lawsuit claiming that Jeff Zucker and Allison Gollust had ethically dubious relationship with Andrew Cuomo. Fired CNN anchor Chris Cuomo to receive a payout of $9 million. Cuomo was trying to secure $18 million payout, the remainder of his contract, but Jeff Zucker was refusing, arguing he brought the network in disrepute. Zucker, CNN's president, resigned suddenly on Wednesday morning. It's thought Cuomo was planning to file a lawsuit against CNN's parent AT&T. The suit may contain allegations against Zucker, including how he and his second-in-command, Allison Gollust, coached Governor Andrew Cuomo. Zucker's departure blunts the damage allegations that may surface could cause. Let me read that again. Zucker's departure blunts the damage allegations that may surface could cause. I don't know why. Either I'm fundamentally incapable of reading that or that was written in a very clunky way. Anyway, you get the gist of it. What's going on is Chris Cuomo is saying to CNN, hey, dog, I got the dirt. I know where the bodies are buried. So if you don't break me off with some cash, then I'm going to spill the beans. And that's not going to make you guys look good. Now, funny enough, it's like some of the details are leaking just because of the threat of the lawsuit. And so what Chris Cuomo is saying is like, everybody came after me because I was, I sort of helped my brother behind the scenes while pretending on air that I wasn't doing that and I was like being objective or whatever. Well, it turns out that as Andrew Cuomo was signing orders to allow COVID-positive old people back into nursing homes, therefore killing so many people, that Jeff Zucker and his girlfriend were coaching him as it pertains to his daily, COVID press briefings. So CNN working hand in hand with a governor, a Democratic governor of New York. As again, CNN nominally pretends like, oh, we're the number one name in news. We're, above the fray. We tell it like it is. No, you're just the Democratic version of Fox News. Fox News does propaganda for the Republican Party. You guys do propaganda for the Democratic Party. So Chris Cuomo was like, I'm the one taking all the heat here because of what I did, but you guys all did the same shit. And then, of course, we also learned there's, Jeff Zucker was having this affair with this woman. I think he's divorced and she's divorced, so then they got together. I don't know what the timeline was or whatever, but anyway, they got together, and Jeff Zucker, according to Katie Couric's book, he really tried to force this woman onto Katie Couric's staff, and he literally had her second in command. I guess you could say almost promoting through the ranks and giving her these very top-level positions because of the personal relationship. He didn't disclose the relationship, even though he was, contractually obligated, according to the rules of CNN or AT&T, to disclose the relationship. So Jeff Zucker recently stepped down. But Chris Cuomo's now going to get $9 million because Chris Cuomo has dirt on these people, and these people would rather settle out of court. So he wanted 18, but I guess in the negotiations going on behind the scenes, he's settling for 9, but he's going to get $9 million for doing Dickie McGee's acts, for sitting on his ass cheeks. And it's not like, by the way, he did such a good job as an anchor that, he deserves the money because it was like an unfair firing. He should have been fired way sooner. But by the way, now we know why they kept him on as long as they did. They knew he was messing up. They knew it was journalistic malpractice what he was doing on his show. He was puffing up his brother during the good times. Then when the bad times, they didn't say anything. They were doing propaganda for him. And then when the bad times said, they just www.shh.com. They knew he messed up. They knew this was unacceptable. But they kept him on because it's if we axe Chris is going to come after us. And he's got a lot of dirt. Look, it's all a club. It's all a big club. The idea that these people have any credibility or legitimacy is hilarious. All this uproar over Joe Rogan. It's like the so-called respected institutions are way worse. Never mind all the misinformation that they put out there on a regular basis. They just do propaganda for the Democratic Party on CNN and MSNBC, for, the establishment, so their advertisers, they take all this money from all these corporate advertisers, and would you look at that, their messages are pro-corporate. They're not Bernie Sanders types who want to take on the establishment and call out the corruption and want to restructure everything. No, that you should in media call out the corruption and want to make things better for the people. They're not doing that. They're part of the club. They're in the club. And this is the kind of stuff that they do. There's also Radar Online has some stuff that they're saying about how people are furious behind the scenes. I don't know why, but these people love Jeff Zucker. They think he did a good job, even though he did an abysmal job. And CNN ratings have been trash, and the network has no core mission, and they're sort of a joke. But Jake Tapper loved him. Apparently, Jake Tapper's behind the scenes calling Chris Cuomo a terrorist, and Chris Wallace is pissed and upset about the Jeff Zucker thing or whatever. And there's a lot of breakdown in the cohesion behind the scenes at CNN. But yet again, it all gets to the same point, man. These are deeply flawed people, and they're not interesting. They're not exceptional. They suck even at the basics of their job, and this is just one of many pieces of evidence that points in that direction. I mean, the other stuff is obvious. We go through the list every single day on the show, but the fact of the matter is, if you really want to talk about misinformation, these people are the biggest purveyors of misinformation. They pushed Russiagate relentlessly. This idea that Trump is a puppet of Vladimir Putin. Now, I have a million criticisms of Trump, as you all know. I have better criticisms of Trump than these ghouls do. That stuff wasn't true, and they pushed it anyway. They pushed the Iraq War. They were wrong about the financial crisis. They were wrong about the Jussie Smollett thing. They tried to cover up the Cuomo scandal, and they were doing propaganda for a horrendous governor who was making decisions that were killing people. They're routinely incorrect at best, liars at worst, but I'll leave the conversation about the intentions up to you guys to work it out and determine what you think, where you think they're coming from with a lot of this coverage that they do. Some people, I'm sure, are honest and honestly wrong. Some people are liars. But anyway, there you have it. CNN, Chris Cuomo getting paid, all because he's got a lot of dirt on Jeff Zucker and the organization more generally. And I just think pox on all their houses, because they're all pathetic, and they don't deserve the prestige that they get and the reputation that they get as the serious people. They're some of the worst in terms of their deleterious effect on the country, because the stuff they do is so harmful, but they also have a smug sense of superiority and arrogance as they drive the country into a ditch. If you want to see me and Crystal Ball interview legends like Noam Chomsky, Cornel West, and more, subscribe to Crystal Kyle and Friends on Substack. $5 a month gets you the video version a day early. Remember, we take 0 ad dollars for this podcast. Or you can sign up on Substack for free and get the audio version a day later. Link in the video description box below.